Yeah, I'm sure we got you a bit confused right there. We're playing Kiss Daniel and we're showing somebody else's face. Well, Kiss Daniel is not our guest today.
Not
it
yet.
Is that face that you saw, who is our artist of the week today, and he is an award-winning musician, and his name is Segun Johnson. Good morning, Segun.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
Very, very well, very well.
They say you've been in this business for the last 6 years.
Professionally.
Oh, okay. You were doing it inside house before.
Yes.
He's a church boy.
Why?
Well, the thing is, there is always direction at a point in one's career. So that 6 years ago, that was when we registered the company. We were doing corporate events, like we formalized everything we were doing. Before then, we were just running here, there. We sing for Ikomo, we sing for this one. We were just
anywhere they call you, ready for sing. Just sing on.
Well, just to put this in context, you know, Segun Johnson was also at last year's December, event that we had.
Sunrise Special.
Sunrise Special.
DSS.
DSS.
Keep that. Keep DSS in your head because there's going to be more coming about that.
DSS, so not DSS, but DSS. Not DSS, but DSS. We'll see.
Don't get them mixed up, please.
There is DSS and there is DSS. Did you see that picture of two reptiles? Say, okay, one is an alligator and one is a crocodile. The alligator is the one beside the crocodile in the picture.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic way of telling me which one is the croc and which one is the alligator. Yes.
So, Segun, we had a brief conversation once before, and you said, transitioning from playing in church to playing outside was a thing for you. How did that go?
It was actually very, very challenging in that there is an expectation that is placed on you when you sing in church. Now, I tell people this, yes, Nigeria is very, very religious, but you always expect anyone that holds the mic to be Angel Gabriel. So there is an expectation from you when you sing in church. So when I started getting events, weddings, several events, and people come to the party, they see me sing and people dance, and I'm not singing praise worship, obviously.
So fine, go. That is common. So fine, go.
I know that.
We'll come to that one later.
So
I see.
I remember one of my events. My pastor came in, and I was singing a song that wasn't praise worship. So I was tempted
that was far from praise worship.
So I was tempted to switch to praise worship. But at that point of that event, I was doing a secular song for the clients. So, but when my pastor walked to the front, he saw me, he smiled, and then he gave me this. And in my mind, I said,
it's finished. It's over.
Honestly.
You are in trouble.
Honestly. So, transitioning from being a regular church singer to handling events professionally was very challenging in that people expected me to remain in church, which is, I actually understand that. But then, as a Nigerian, there is a survival spirit. And because I did music at Muzon Center, so it is beyond the religion. So I had to make sure I still do business with music, but I'm still traceable to God ethically. So I don't just sing
just a quick
songs.
Digression. After that thumbs up that your pastor gave you, I'm sure you must have been called for counseling.
Honestly. First from the music director in church, because when I go to church, Segun worry me. But it was beautifully handled, both by my pastor, the music director. We all came to an understanding that, oh yes, Segun is singing in church, but he still needs to do events.
Segun is a businessman. But singing for him is business. He's got to make a living, pay bills.
Yes.
Where do you think that misconception came from?
Just as I said,
just 1 second. Some people, I think my producer and director have found something and they want to confirm whether or not.
Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again.
Wow.
shake your body up. Only a daily majuru. This way. Kick it. Kick it. A daily majuru. Somebody ready? Oh yeah, I get go on it. This way.
Okay.
You know something I've noticed about young people? When they're dancing, especially,
Forget it.
you can see that they are enjoying.
Everything else is secondary at that point.
Oh, and that enjoyment that you can see in what they're
It's
doing,
administration.
it gladdens your heart.
Yes, it does.
Watching you now, I say, oh my God, this boy is enjoying this thing so much. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Okay. Well, that can't be taken away from Segun. But let me ask you something, and I know this is an industry thing.
Okay.
Live performances tend to excuse doing other people's songs, yes?
Yes.
And because one of the fears I have, I mean, as a broadcast practitioner, you're playing somebody else's song, are they gonna come? They're gonna come for you, you know. So how does that work, really? What are the rules guiding that?
Okay, sir. Now, most of us that do events, of course, we're tempted to sing the songs that is trending.
Okay.
Yes, you have a client that wants to dance
to
anyway.
ensure that people
yes, regardless of what you
connect
sing.
with you.
Yeah.
So we're tempted to sing different kind of songs that are trending. Now, unfortunately, most live bands, they've created a brand around singing people's song, which is very, very wrong as far as I'm concerned. So I don't think it is fair that I will pick a song by Sonny Ade. Sonny Ade has labored for years to sing Muleni Kontimuni Temi Kori. Now I can sing that song and earn $1 million, but it is not fair to Sonny Ade because when he was composing and going through hell to put that song together, I wasn't there.
You weren't even born.
I wasn't even born. Yes. So now, aside from me and a few other musicians, what we do is we have our own songs that we sing at events. We might only touch maybe one song that is trending per time. If a song is raining today, I might just paraphrase and just sing it for a few minutes, then go back to my song. That is what I do.
Segun, imagine going to play at a party and not playing Booga.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Now.
Now, but unfortunately, Booga will not reign for life. But it's a fantastic song, obviously.
Absolutely.
True.
So, but every 3-4 months, there is always a new song anyway.
Yeah.
So I just pick a song that is trending, mix it with my own songs.
Sure, fine, go on.
I know that. So, but I
You
do-
wonder where that is
What
coming
is
from.
so fine? Go on, please.
DSS will tell you.
Explain that to me, please.
Okay. Because my brand is built around audience engagement.
Okay.
What led to Show Fine Go and several other songs that will engage the client.
Oh, So Fine Go is a song.
Yeah, it's a song amongst a lot of other songs that I do that are my songs
Okay.
for events.
Okay.
So let's assume it's your birthday and you're dancing towards the band and your makeup is beautifully done with a fantastic dress. So it's a simple question. Show fine go. Everybody responds. Oh, fine go. When I say show pretty go, everybody responds.
Oh, pretty go. Okay.
Who is going to say
Now-
for pretty?
Oh, and you're busy chopping her food and drinking her drink. Now, Segun, how did somebody who studied mass comm end up in music?
Okay, so I've always had this passion for being a source of entertainment to people. And I realized that communication is obviously very, very important. So I had an option to either study music or do mass communication. So when that time came, I went to Muzon to do theory of music, but it wasn't satisfactory enough. I knew that the kind of music I wanted to sing, I needed a good command of the whatever language I choose. So I just decided to go for mass communication at Osun State Polytechnic, then Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, when they taught us all those diphthong and triphthong and ooh, ah, eh. So I added that to music, and this is where we are
Alora,
today.
you need to scold him.
Why is he saying that as if he didn't appreciate it?
Honestly, that's the reason why I can even sit here in the first place.
Oi. Hey.
Hey,
Ow.
Sonny Rabo, can you hear him?
And Sydney Ufeli.
Sydney Ufeli, yes. So, how would you describe your experience as a musician? Has it been fulfilling? Do you regret leaving mass comm to go into music?
It has been very, very fulfilling. As a matter of fact, I bless God for studying mass comm in the first place, because if not for mass communication and then the exposure to basic things when it comes to communication, I wouldn't have been able to relate with my clients off stage. Many people say us at events, they don't understand. You need to speak to people before the event anyway. The first time I had the opportunity of stepping into a particular oil company in Nigeria, the man looked at me and he said, I love dealing with educated people. And as at then, I was at ND1. So I was like, this man I don't even have masters. But I had gone to FRC and then so he made the whole...
Of course, so your diction was
yes.
in order.
And here you are now, yabbing oi, hey. All the oohs and ahs, they have helped you. Okay. Now, I like to pay, attention to the season. This is December. You will most likely be a lot busier this month than in previous months. What are those things that are peculiar as a professional musician to this season compared to previous months?
Yes, the first thing is, unlike other months where people have their events on Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, for December, people have their parties from Mondays to Sundays. It is amazing, especially some of our family members and friends overseas. They all come back to Nigeria because we know Nigeria is known for Owambe. The way we do parties here, they don't do it this way overseas. So they come back home to party. They can fix their party on Monday, Tuesday, any day. So Decembers are usually very, very locked, honestly, from the 1st of December to the 31st of December.
And
but you're not complaining, are you? Because you're smiling all the way to the back. You're smiling all the way.
When you can have like 3 or 4 events in one day, come on.
Ooh.
Yes. You are not saying she'll fine, go, of course.
So fine. So pretty, go.
So, but there's something that I'd like you to speak to for the next 5 minutes. And Alero started you out on that. There are many, many people in Nigeria today who want to transit from what they are doing now, where they are now, into their passion, which is music. You have had a tough one, and it takes a lot of courage to take that kind of decision. What would be your recommendation to them?
Well, the first thing I'll tell them is to be true to themselves, not to be carried away by the glamour, to be carried away by the paparazzi.
Not that it's not important.
And yes. You can't give what you don't have. That's the fundamental thing. Be true to yourself. Know truly that you have the talents of music. Then secondly, I advise people, you can't build a brand around copyrights. The reason why we all can talk about Sunny Ade is because his songs are his anyway, if I can use that word. You understand? First thing, make sure you have it. You can't give what you don't have. Secondly, don't build a brand around copyright, because in 10, 15 years' time, you don't want to be remembered as the guy that can sing people's songs. You want to be remembered, you want something traceable to you. So that's the second thing. But
there's one guy like that too.
Yeah. I was just going to say that. That's all he does.
Mm-hmm. So, and then
and he's known for it.
Yes. And then the last thing I advise people coming up is to understand that I don't want to sound so religious, because Africans are obviously cultural and religious. It is very important to know that God is more important than your talents. There are people that are way more talented than you are.
Definitely.
So those 3 things are very important. First, you need to give what you have. Secondly, if you can't do it differently, then don't do it at all. Don't build a brand around copyrights.
And then there are those, it's something that important that you said now about talent.
Yes.
Some have mistaken talent for calling. I can sing. I have a good voice. They mistake it for being the lead singer. Meanwhile, their calling or their talent is for back vocaling. Alero, why are you laughing? Am I communicating?
Obviously you are.
So how do you determine that?
Well, to be honest, maybe I can make an example of myself. I was a very, very bad backup vocalist. Not that I intentionally wanted to be bad. I really made a lot of effort to be a good tenor singer. Honestly, there was a particular recording I heard of someone I was singing for, and I felt sorry for him because my voice was so bad. As a backup vocalist, I felt sorry. Mode boring, but So I'm actually driving to the point that you can easily spot leadership. There is something about leadership that cannot be hidden. So as a singer or as a musician, if you're a leader, people will know. It will show. And if you're called into...
Oh, yeah, that's you. That's you. Can we have that as well?
Yeah.
It seems smooth.
It's a song for Christmas, actually.
Merry Christmas, Christmas abiago, Christmas abiago, Christmas abiago,
Okay, we're gonna have more of that. DSS, don't forget. Not DSS, but DSS. Just so you know. There are different things. There's DSS, and then there is DSS. So we'll tell you more about that later. There's something that I want to ask you before, that was brought in from our director, which is, how do you create a unique sound? Because, it's Owambe, for God's sake.
Yes.
It's all percussions.
Yes.
The same kind of instruments used by almost everybody.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you differentiate the Segun Johnson sound from the Ebenezer Obey sound, the KSA sound? You understand what
I
I'm
understand
talking about?
very, very well.
How do you do it?
Okay.
How do you create your own unique identity in music?
Okay, so what I advise people, which was what I did, I created a style around my strength, which is audience engagement. The same way she was able to identify with Shofango in split seconds. Now imagine me having so many songs of that style. But that style is actually my own strength. So if I'm going to tell musicians to create a style of their own, I would tell them to first think deep. Look at your strength. What is your own strength as a musician? You can build a brand around that and create a style. Coincidentally, I had an event with Ebenezer Obey. It was a birthday, an 80th birthday. So because we had mixed crowd, Ebenezer Obey played first for like 3 hours. Wow. Then I was to come up after Ebenezer Obey. Now, after the event, my guys told me, we were wondering what you were going to do. And I told them, I didn't wonder what to do, because Ebenezer Obey is definitely different and Segun Johnson is different. So creating a style from my strengths is what I would advise others, to create a style from your strength that is different and unique. It's the same instrument, the same percussion, but the mannerism with which the songs are delivered, obviously, will distinguish everyone.
So essentially you're saying that yours is a call and response kind of...
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the word. That's the word.
So that's the unique thing about Segun Johnson,
yes.
This thing.
The USP.
The USP. Unique selling point, yeah.
Wow, amazing. I was wondering what USP means.
Come on. Anyway, let me not yab you today. So we have about 30 seconds, and we just have to first of all thank you for being here today.
Yes, you're welcome,
so what are we expecting from you on DSS?
Yes, a lot. Way beyond what we did last year,
Okay.
or way beyond what we did.
It was last year.
Last year.
It was last year. Yeah, it was last year. Way beyond what we did last year. More of my own songs, audience engaged. Just like you said, she'll find go. We'll have lots and lots more songs.
We'll have lots and lots of pretty go.
She'll pretty go.
Okay. Segun Johnson, Thank you very much for coming. We look forward to seeing you on DSS.
Yes, we're coming full team.
Not DSS.
Not DSS, but DSS.
DSS, yes. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much for coming today. And that's how we close Sunrise for today. Thank you for being with us. We've had very interesting conversations today.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for being part of it. My name is Alera Edu, wishing you a very happy weekend indeed. See you next week with a fresh edition.
Absolutely. And as you prepare for Christmas, remember all the lessons. We're focusing this month on your health and lifestyle and well-being for a beautiful year ahead. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful time.
Bye.